character, and you played for him so you could speak more to his character, or we could just bring him on now and show everybody his character.
Let's do it.
Hey, Anthony Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
Coach.
Hey, Lynn.
So I can just assume we're always going to do Zoom videos from here on out.
Hey, you did it with Hard Knocks. I figured you'd be a pro.
Hey, hold on.
Not at all.
But before we even get this thing rocking and rolling, hey, Lynn, don't you think I forgot about something special for you? Hold on. We got to go ahead and talk about these 4 points of pressure that A-Lynn preaches so well. Man, I used to love it in the team meeting. So basically, in the football, there's 4 points of pressure. There's right here. No, you're not getting that out. There's a point of the football right there that you cover with your hand. You got your forearm that the ball lays on. You got it tucked into your bicep right there. And then there's the rib cage. Am I right, A-Lynn? Did I hit all four?
Right.
A-Lynn was a master at doing this. I tell you like this, I didn't fumble when A-Lynn was my coach. I never fumbled when he was my coach. Now, when he wasn't my coach, I'm not going to say anything, but 4 points of pressure from A-Lynn.
It's like the movie The Program. Did he make you carry the ball around the whole time?
That's right. A-Lynn's been a long time, man. It's good to have you on. I appreciate it.
Good to be here, man.
So, Anthony Lynn, I mean, obviously, as the Lions' perspective, and I was talking before you came in, when you have a year of adversity, kind of like you guys did this year in that locker room, give us a little insight into how you guys were able to maintain that locker room even through some change.
Good question.
Great leadership. I can tell you that. Dan Campbell did a hell of a job of creating a culture. I know the record didn't show it, but the foundation is being laid for future success right here in Detroit. I mean, I'm here now. I came back to move my shit. So enjoying the snow and the whole nine. But
no, you're not.
It was outstanding leadership. Those young men showed up every single day to work and to get better. And I feel like they got better as the year went on. We had a long ways to go, but I did feel like we made some improvements.
A-Lynn, talking to Coach A-Lynn right now. Coach, the end of the year, you saw the difference. You saw the switch flip. And actually, even during the year, I mean, you look at the Ravens game, you guys are right there. You look at the Minnesota game, you guys are right there. A lot of games, you guys were right there.
49ers game, week 1.
Oh, the 49ers games, I apologize. You guys definitely made that comeback at the end of that game. You're absolutely correct. But towards the end of the season, you just really saw the shift. You saw the experience. And what I attributed it to, tell me if I'm right or wrong, I said that there were a lot of young guys on that team. They didn't necessarily have that in-game experience, so it would take them a couple of weeks to, kind of like stub their toe as opposed to having leadership. Now, by the time you get to the end, they start to figure it out. And they start to listen to the coaches, and that's why you see 3-3 at the end of the season.
No doubt about it. But you also saw Taylor Decker come back at left tackle. He missed the first 9 games. Then you saw Josh Reynolds. That was a big-time acquisition. We got him at about week 9, week 10. Those guys made a heck of a difference. But guys like Saints, those guys were coming along the whole time and just getting better, like you said, Braylon. And once they got a little more seasoned, it was clicking a little bit in the second half of the season, I felt like.
I got one question. I'm going to jump out of order. I know Maz can't wait to get you to the Detroit Lions questions. I just got one. Can the Lions win with Jared Goff? Or and I know that's a tough question, but can the Lions win with Jared Goff, especially like you said, with Ragnow coming back, with Decker, and with Penei Sewell? Can Jared Goff be the guy the Lions need to get them over that hump?
Well, I think you look at Jared Goff's track record, when he was in Los Angeles. He was a quarterback of that team, and they went to the Super Bowl. So they absolutely can win with Jared Goff.
Hey, Coach, I was at your Super Bowls back in the day with the Broncos. I happened to be covering those games. That had to be some great times for you. John Elway's final game, you're there for that as well. Tell me about some of your memories.
Those were Super Bowl 32 and 33. We went back-to-back. Those were some great teams. And the thing that when I'm looking back on, the thing that I enjoyed the most about those teams were you didn't have a lot of high draft picks or superstars on those teams. About 22 starters, 17 was drafted after the 6th round or a priority free agent coming out of the draft. It was a bunch of hard-working men that believed in one another and didn't give a damn who got the credit. We were very selfless, and we played that way.
That's awesome.
I had to write that stat down. Future reference, 17 out of 22.
Hey, Terrell, you got to play with Terrell Davis. I mean,
he's one of them.
Yeah.
A Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and he plays blind. He played blind. This was amazing about Terrell Davis.
Those concussions.
Here's a story about Terrell Davis in that first Super Bowl in Green Bay. He got the migraine. That's what he's known for, that migraine in Super Bowl. So he comes off the field, and I'm the second goal line back. I'm supposed to go in, and I'm thinking I'm about to go score my first touchdown in the Super Bowl. and Terrell goes, I can't see. And Coach Shanahan goes, well, if you're not in the game, Terrell, no one's going to believe that we're handing the ball off. I'm still on like, what? Wait a second, I'm supposed to win the game now. So Terrell goes back in the game, couldn't see a damn thing, ran a great fake, and we scored a touchdown. So Coach Shanahan was right.
Oh, that's an amazing story,
Wow.
Hey, speaking of Shanahan,
that
you're
story.
getting to go and hang out with this kid now, if you want to call him that. One of the best coaches in the game, Kyle Shanahan. You're going to be his right-hand man at San Francisco. Congratulations on that, Coach.
Well, thanks. It's going back and working with family. I grew up with this group, and we've never lost touch. We're always in touch, and I get a chance to work with them again. So it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you, as I'm known as like the homer here at Woodward Sports. I'm a diehard. I'm a faithful homer. And one of the things I hear a lot about the Detroit Lions and the organization is that it's an undesirable place for free agents to go, and it's hard for us to get good coaches to come here and whatnot. You were a former head coach, and you were able to come here as an offensive coordinator. What enticed you about Detroit, and what is the general consensus amongst people in your circle about coming here?
Well, I didn't know many people in the organization, but I did know about Brad Holmes and Ray Agnew, and I like what they did with the LA Rams. They were always trying to win it every single year, personnel-wise, and I respected that. And coming here, I've coached Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn. I've been on the same teams with those guys. So, and kind of along the way, encouraged them to do what they're doing now. So it was easy for me to come here and work with those two young men and try to help them build something special here, which I believe they're going to get done. I know people keep saying it's the same old, but, when I got here, I'm so impressed with this ownership. Sheila is doing a heck of a job of giving the Lions everything they need right now to be successful. And I do believe Dan and AG, they're laying the foundation right now for future success here. And I fully expect that.
Hey, Lynn, let me ask you a question. Like, I know you know this team better than anybody. Going into this offseason, going into free agency, going into the draft, what do you think are the main areas that Dan Campbell as well as Brad Holmes are going to target in free agency and then maybe in the draft? Because obviously we're all looking at that second pick. And we're trying to figure out every day. We're like, oh, is it Aiden? Is it Kayvon? Is it Trade? Is it move down? Is it Stingley? Is it Hamilton? Can you give us an insight without snitching on what you know they're going to do?
Well, that ain't my problem anymore. I'm concerned about what the 49ers are going to do now.
You got Debo now. What do you need?
That.
You got Debo Samuel.
What a hell of a player in Debo Samuel. Hell of a player in Debo. In that case, since it's no longer your concern, let's shift gears. Let's talk about those Jets teams, man. Those 2009, 2010 Jets teams. I missed those. Why couldn't we get it done? Why couldn't we get over that hump, Lynn?
We played some really good teams in the championship game. We had Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. That was going to be a tough game, but we had just beat them 3 weeks prior to that. We just beat them pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Peyton Manning in Indianapolis. So, I think either one of those games playing at home might have been a different story. But going there and they having a home field advantage like they did in the crowd and everything, with a young quarterback that we had, Sanchez did a good job for getting us to the championship games.
Yeah.
But it was going to be tough. But the ball had rolled differently a couple of times, and that would have been a different story. We go to Indy, and you remember what happened in Indy? We lost
Sean and Thomas, yeah,
and we lost Sean Green. So you got a 13-point lead in the third quarter, but you can't put Peyton away with one running back. When you had to put T. Rich in at fullback, make him a halfback half the time. That didn't help. So just things like that.
Yeah, you're 100% correct, man. I just look at those two games, and you can't tell me I'm wrong, man. That Jets over New England in 2010, and then the Jets on the road against the Chargers in 2009, you can't tell me those aren't two of the biggest upsets in playoff history, man.
Those were upsets. No one expected us to win those games, but you guys did.
Hey, coaching. Coach, I wanted to ask you about, go back to the Lions for a second. And last year, you guys went into L.A. against Matthew Stafford. It's kind of like our Super Bowl. And you guys threw the kitchen sink at them that day and could have won that game. But tell me about the feeling inside the executive offices about Matthew Stafford all year. What were they talking about it, the trade and all? Because that's all we could talk about here in Detroit. What kind of taste did that leave in Detroit?
You know, when that happened and we didn't sign the receivers, we knew we was going into a little bit of a rebuild mode. Players saw this opportunity, and we just, we tried to play as many people as we could, try to expose everyone, and just to see, who was going to step up and and take charge and be the next guy, and so that created a lot of competition every single week in practice. And Coach Campbell did a good job of developing practice where we could have those competitions, and that made the season to me more interesting because you never hit that spot where guys felt like they didn't want to come to work, they didn't want to show up. Guys were showing up because they were fighting for jobs year round, and they know what's to come over the next couple of years.
Coach Anthony Lynn, currently with the 49ers, and so I got kind of a 49ers/Lions question for you. You got two quarterbacks for the 49ers right now. You got Jimmy Garoppolo and you got Trey Lance. Trey Lance was obviously somebody that was probably on the Lions board at one point. What was the discussion on Trey Lance before the NFL draft, and was that somebody that the Lions were even looking at? And to follow that up, how excited are you to have him in San Francisco?
Very excited to have Trey in San Francisco. He's, just watching him in college, he's big, he's strong, he's intelligent, and, he extends plays. And in this league right now, I've said it, if you're not Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, the guy that can stand back there and pick you apart, know where you're going with the football before the ball's even snapped, you better have someone that can move around a little bit and get away from these 4-4 defensive ends.
Right.
These guys are not 300 pounds and running 5 flats anymore. These guys are like Von Millers of the world. And you need a quarterback that can create a little bit in those situations. So it's big time to have a guy like that on your team. But at the same time, Jimmy can do the same thing. Jimmy moves a lot better than what people give him credit for, and he throws the ball extremely well.
Man, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to follow up Stick's great question with a similar thing. Everybody is talking about moving Jimmy G. Is Jimmy G going to the Steelers? Is Jimmy G going to New Orleans? Is Jimmy G going here? Is Jimmy G going there? I'm of the presence of mind like you got two good quarterbacks. Why not just keep them both? Like Jimmy G has won games. Whether what people want to say about him, Jimmy G has won games. Why not keep them both? I think, you have Jimmy G. It creates a good challenge, a good back and forth, a good rivalry for Trey Lance to actually get better. I mean, am I far off?
Man, I know one thing, Braylon, and I say this all the time. You can't coach competition.
Yeah.
Yep. You can't coach it.
I am of the mind. I have gotten to this place where I think the 49ers don't get rid of Jimmy G. You keep him.
Well, with that being said, do you think the Lions draft a quarterback this year to push Goff?
They've got Tim Boyle on staff. You didn't see Tim a lot because he was hurt for half the season. And then he came in with 1 week of preparation and played in the Pittsburgh game, and then he played a couple weeks later. But David Blau, those guys, they deserve an opportunity as well.
Okay. Man, I could have this conversation all day with you, Coach Lynn. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Coach, man, it's been good to talk to you. It's been a long time coming. I appreciate you.
Hey, Coach, what are you going to miss the most about Detroit besides the stinking snow?
Besides the stinking snow, I'm going to miss this town, this city. I think this is a great city. I haven't spent a lot of time here other than playing games in and out, but I live right here downtown. Right on top of the Western Book Cadillac. And I love downtown.
Can't have money.
Area. Hey, man, it ain't all about that money. Now, it's just they got apartments down here too, Braylon.
Hey, wait. How long that lease? Does that lease end at the end of the month?
Yeah, we can move on in.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks to party. Let's
go.
We
can sublet it.
I'll come down and check it out.
You have until March 14th.
Oh,
I'm off the clock in 15 minutes. I'm off the clock in 15 minutes. I'll see you in 30.
We're gonna miss you, Coach. We're gonna miss you.
Definitely.
Good luck in San Francisco.
Miss you guys for sure.
Devin, I'm getting out to San Fran
now.
I'm bringing my clubs.
Thank you, Coach.
I'm bringing my clubs.
Okay, thank you.